Welcome. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate and show you the new IQ reseller community. The community was built to allow other IQ users to interact with each other to buy and sell equipment on a safe and secure marketplace vetted out by other IQ reseller users. We're going to go through the community, show you how the community looks, works, and feels, and how you can interact with each other. Done a great deal of design to allow it to be simple transactions of buying and selling, listing your product out there, and being able to negotiate the best deal possible. So right here, you see the IQ community. What I did was I went to iqresellercommunity.com and logged in just like as normal with your normal IQ reseller login. You can also access the community by going to the master item section of your IQ reseller and searching for that. We will demonstrate that later in the video, but let's review exactly what the community is and how this looks and works as well. So right here, you see that the entire community is set up to be identical to what IQ Reseller, the main application, is. All right, we have the home, we have history, we have create PO, which acts as the buy it now. We have the simple logout over here on the far right, and then again, if I click on the little buddy icon, instead of taking it to your user profile, this actually works as the notification feature. So here I clicked on this, and it's going to bring up all of my past notifications. I can have it click to show all notifications or mark as read if I have a ton of notifications as well. Let's click on show all notifications because it's going to bring me up to my notification page here, and it's going to show me all of my past notifications. So maybe there's a deal you're working out with someone and you want to look back at what's going on. This could be a quick way of doing that as well. So for example, let's see at some of the deals that I've been negotiating already here, and I got a couple of deals that I've been working with Bill Blanket on here too as well. So it looks like he might have reached back out to me here, and this was a deal that actually was accepted by me, that he did reach out to me, and it looks like he was really interested in the Cisco item. So here it's going to show me the last known, and it was accepted at $2,800, and it looks like we went back and forth a little bit, where I wanted $3,050 for it, and then somehow he got me down to $2,800, and it shows that I then accepted it too. So I can scroll up in this entire conversation and see what happened to get me down to that price. Instead of getting my $3,250, how did he get me down to $2,800? So I can reflect and see what's going on with this as well. So it retains the entire conversation as well, so that's nice to be able to always go back to your notifications and say, hey, what's going on as well. We also have a history icon over here that will also show you the same thing. So if I click on history now, it's going to bring up to my selling history and purchase history. Don't remember what that item was, so let's go back here and see what that was. And it looks to be an ANS, so let's copy that and go to history now. And let's see here. Oh, and it pulled it up here. So here are the two Cisco items that I sold. So it looks like one time he did buy one at $3,050, which I got my original offer price to him at $3,050 for. And then it shows the other final offer, the $2,800. So he actually bought two of these from me as well. And it shows that he bought these in refurbished condition on December 28th of 2020, and you can see that the manufacturer is Cisco and the item number that it belongs to as well. Just like in the notification when I went back to the chat as well to see what was going on, this will bring me back there and it'll show the entire chat for all of this as well. So we'll see what's going on here. I see, okay, there's a bunch of stuff kind of going back and forth again. Let's go back to the history now. So now that we kind of covered the sale history, let's go to the purchase history now. Let's type in here and let's look up some past items here. So I know that I was playing around with it, and I was buying some E6400s beforehand. So I want to know all of my past purchase history on the E6400. So I start typing in E6400, and then boom, there. It did actually pop up here. So now it's going to bring up all of my past offers that I've had on the item number of an E6400 and the manufacturer, and all the dates that I've been purchasing this at as well. So we not only have the final offer, we have the sold price, and then we have the quantity as well, and then who I've been buying these from. So the member will be who I've been buying these from. We also have a trend feature in here to see if the trends have been trending upwards or downwards as well based on my past historical purchase histories. Let's go to the actual homepage here and start searching for some items to see what's in the community as well. So when you get to this screen, you're going to kind of want to know, okay, let's see here. What do I have an interest in buying right now? So we're going to Elite here again, and you see that I have a bunch of Elite books here. So I just typed in EL, which brought up anything that started with EL as well. If I start to type in more, and let's do Elite, and okay, so now it's going to kind of start to populate more of what I want here. So I see that I got a couple of options here. I got an Elite book 8460p, Elite book 8470p, and so on here. So you know what? I just want to see the 8460ps now. So I got two options here. I got a new and I got a new in box as well. I got a quantity of 4 and a quantity of 3, as you can see right here. So it's also showing me that the seller is a Nova. The country is blank because they don't have their country set up, and then the item number as well, which is going to be the manufacturer part number and then the manufacturer. This one happens to have a description of an HP Elite book 8460p. This one does not. And then you can see the currency that it's in. And then if it was a different base price, it would then push it to display what the difference is based on your tenant currency. So if it was in pounds, it would display the base prices in pounds and then do the conversion for you, what it's really going to cost you in USD. This example, they're both in USD, so the math is very, very simple here. A couple of options that you have over here. So we have the offer in chat, which allows you to make an offer, or you can just simply go and buy it now. For this example, I just want to buy this one now. I just want one of these. So I'm going to pick it from Bill, and I'm going to say, I just want one of these, and I'm going to force him to ship it today or request the ship date of 11/13/2020 right there. So I filled up the requirements. Now it activated the submit button, and we're going to click submit. There we go. Automatically got a notification right there. It popped up that boom, that has been done. So now I'm going to go create a PO because I want this item. So I'm going to go click on create PO, and here it is in my shopping cart. So create PO works as almost as a shopping cart. So I'm going to select this one because you know what? I need to create a purchase order. You also have the ability to create a purchase proposal down here at the bottom. For this example, let's just create a PO. So we're going to click on create a PO, and it's going to take me now to select the vendor of where I just purchased that from. So we're going to click on select vendor, and let's see here, is a Nova in? And if it's not in the drop down, let me point this out. If it's not in the drop down, don't worry. That just means you've never done business with that person. So what you got to do then is go to your client vendor record and go and create that client vendor record then. So here I do have a Nova distribution. So they are in my system, which will then pull all of that data from IQ Reseller, from your client vendor record, and push that right here. So now I have my one item of the $500 right here. I'm going to put a reference number of, say, I'm going to do 2020, 11, and then 13. So that's my reference number, references by, and comments. So you can put a comment in here if you need anything special. This one I'm just going to leave blank, but I'm going to say that this came from the IQ Reseller community because I want to be able to distinguish in my PO list of which ones are coming from the community and which ones are not coming from the community. So I'm going to type in IQ, and I'm going to type in community as well. Okay, so now I know that this came from IQ community, and I'm going to click Save PO. This is going to create a purchase order now. So now I'm actually going to go into IQ Reseller once it creates that PO. So it just notified me that 1954 has been successfully created here. So let me open up another window now and log into my application. Here we are now. So now I'm going to go to buy, and I'm going to purchase orders. Boom. First one I see in transit, there's my PO to a Nova for the $500 plus tax, 1954, and there's my comments that they saying, hey, this came from the IQ community. Perfect. Let's open this up and let's see what this looks like now. There's my Elite book 8460p. Once I have a serial number, I can then input the serial number here or go through the normal processing routine that your warehouse would have as well. If I look at the addresses, Exact same addresses that appeared in the community now show here too as well. And if I look up here at the reference number, 2020 1113, there it is. So you can see when you create a purchase order from the community, it automatically pushes it right into your IQ Resale application. I want to show you how the offer chat feature works as well, which is pretty cool to have too. So we're going to click on the new in box because you know what? I don't want to pay $200 for a new in box item. To me, it's maybe worth only 150 bucks. So let's do offer chat. So this one, I've actually already reached out to Bill on this one. We can see Bill's still offline. So here we're going to say, you know what? I know I said earlier today that I want to purchase this. You know what? I'm going to say, you know what? I changed my mind. I want two. We're going to say, okay, so when Bill comes back active online, we're then going to see that, hey, he's got some notifications and that there's going to be two of them. So I'm going to say, you know what, because I want two instead of 175 a piece, you know what, I want 150 for him, or I'm willing to pay 150 for him. So let's go ahead and revise that offer, submit, and now this submits an offer right to Bill, and you can see that the offer now says waiting on Bill, and this is now in Bill's court. Once he accepts that offer, he'll then be able to go in and accept it or deny it, and then you will actually get a notification as well. Okay. So we just submitted an offer to Bill, and it looks like I just got two notifications back. I don't know what those two notifications are, though, but if you look in the upper right, I see now that there's a number 2 next to the little buddy icon. Let's click on that and see what they are. It says, okay, actually it looks like he did accept my offer. Okay, and now I have to go create a purchase order for those two. And it also looks like he has a new offer to me on something that I'm looking to purchase as well. So this is a great example of how you can have users interact with each other of buying and selling multiple items at the same time. So it looks like he came back to me and he goes, you know what, he just revised an offer on something. It looks like he's doing 58. And so you know what? I'm going to actually accept this. So we're going to click this in real time now on these two E6400s that are new. And it looks like he went from 55 to 58, which I'm thinking, you know what? That's a good deal. So let's hit accept and we're going to hit submit. So now that's going to send him a notification that I just accepted that offer and that it's now pending for him. And I'm going to go to the original deal that we were working on too as well and click on that, which is going to bring me right back here. And it shows that Bill has accepted my offer of those two new in box Elite Book 8460Ps as well. So right here. So this is perfect. This means he's accepted it. So now from here, I need to go create a purchase order to Bill. And I can do that really simple by going to the left side now and clicking on Create PO. And we'll see, okay, perfect. Here's those two new in box Elite Book 8460Ps right from Bill. So I'm going to click select these, and there it is right there. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to go with Create PO now. Okay, great. So here it is. So I know that Bill was at Anova, and if the vendor's not in your vendor list already, you have to go to your client vendor menu in IQ Reseller and actually create that client vendor code, and then it would appear in this drop down. So I've selected Anova from the drop down here, okay, and it's pulling my ship from and ship to information. I'm going to put a reference number in here as well. So we're going to say like 11/13/2020. We'll just put today's date as the reference number, and we can even put a comment too that's saying thank you. That way we also know, and if you want to know it came from the community, you can also say thank you, and then we'll hit down, we'll do parentheses, IQ community. That way we know that this purchase order came from the community. At this point, we're going to hit save PO. And now it's going to create this purchase order. Bill's also going to get a notification that I just created this purchase order of $19.55, and that emails to him directly as well. So at this point, I'm going to actually go back into IQ Reseller now. And one of the final things that we have to show you now, to showing you the community, how to go into the community, how to search for product, how to buy product, how to sell product from other IQ Reseller users, how to see historical knowledge within the community, and then as well as be able to create purchase orders right from the community once you're able to make a deal in the community, is how do you price product and display product that you want to show in the community. It's pretty simple. Under inventory, and if you don't have this under inventory, you're going to want to reach out to IQ Reseller Support to get this turned on, is you want to go to Max List here. And there's some work that you will have to work with IQ Reseller Support to get this to be enabled and get this to turn on here. But it's very simple to do here though, is if you want to be able to list things, you absolutely can. You need to add Max List to do it, and do so just like this. You can only display available inventory as well. So here you can start to search for items. If you only want to list Cisco items, you can. If you don't want to, even when it shows broker bin, because you can actually push this out to broker bin if you're set up as a member with them. You can use this to push out product to broker bin at the same time as the community as well. So if you don't want to display it, you just deselect it under broker bin here. You also have to have available quantity. So the max, so say you got like, let's see here, this one has 10. The max will show is only 7. So here we've set up to max to only be 7 of everything as well. Next is if there's a 0, it will only show offer in chat. It will not have a buy it now. If you want to have a buy it now, you have to have an offer price here. So here we'll say this has to, I want $100 for this 3-com part here. And to show that how that works is once you put the $100, you then have to click send now. I'm going to copy that item number though, just so I can show you how that works as well. You click send now. That updates the pricing to now display in the community for you. So if I go into the community now, okay, and here I've logged into another instance of the community under another company now, just to show you that part number that I did. So I'm going to take that part number that I copied and paste that in here, and you see that I now have an offer price of $100 where before it was at $0. Okay, so I went back now to Max List where I just updated that price to show you it's that part number. So here is 001-P4706, the 3-com, and there's the $100. So you can see that that pushed that right through. Okay, now that you've reached the end of this tutorial, we have saved the best for last. How to add users to the IQ Reseller community. It's very simple. If you're an admin of the overall application and you have access to the IQ Reseller administrator page, you will go to the IQ Reseller community. You will click on the IQ Reseller community that is on the left-hand side here. It will bring you to this new page to where you can then go add users. At this point, you're going to click on a user. You're going to type in that user's login, which will be their email address. So we're going to type in my login. It's going to search for me. It found me here. Now you can set up the manufacturer codes, and this is going to pull the manufacturer codes from your system. So all the manufacturers you have in your system, it's going to pull them right here. So say this is a Cisco user. So I'm going to type in Cisco. I'm going to go to the product class now here and say that this is networking. We're going to pull over networking and then anything that they specialize in as well. And we can say switches, or you can say network devices or modules or rack mount. Whatever you want to specialize to say, you can even say all or save nothing. At this point, you're going to click save. This happens to already exist in the system right here. So this is another good example now. If someone already exists in the system and maybe you have deactivated them, all you have to do is click to reactivate and it reacts the individual again. You can suspend them just like you do normally to suspend a user by clicking suspend. And you can see that person then gets deactivated. And if you ever need to adjust what they specialize in and manufacturers as well, you can just click on edit and then you can adjust all of this information. So he could go specialize in particular communication devices. He could specialize in, let's see here, Dell as well. We could say that he specializes in Dell, and then we could say that he specializes in ATM machines or CPU parts only. So you can adjust all of this as well. Then you can click save and it will save that information to that user. And then when you go and select that buyer from the community, you can then see everything that they specialize in as well. Remember, again, to access the community, you can do it from under the master items, or you can go to iqresellercommunity.com. If you have any questions, please reach out to the support team here at IQ, or go to info@iqreseller.com for more information. Thank you, and we do hope that you enjoy this new feature.